Hi, I am Rebecca, and I will be guiding this restorative yoga class. Restorative yoga is all going to be done on the mat with utilizing props. So right here, I have a nice yoga bolster. I also have a bunch of blocks. I have a towel, a yoga blanket, whatever you have in the house that you could use to take this restorative class, like a couple of pillows, maybe similar in size to the bolster. Again, towels. If you don't have any yoga blocks, you can always use hard-covered books. And they're just great for bringing the earth closer. So restorative classes always use props. So to begin the class, let's just all find a nice, comfortable spot on the mat. Right now, I'm actually sitting on a couple of blocks to bring my hips up for the warm up of the class. I love to have blocks handy. So you'll see me throughout the class. I'll maybe move the blocks around. I always like to be able to grab a block because I never really know if and when I'm going to want to use a block. So I just keep them nice and handy. Same thing with a towel. Towels are great. You can roll them, put them under your neck, put them under your knee, give support for a shoulder. So just having things handy. You may not even want to or need to use them, but just to have that available is always great for a restorative class. So let's again just start to find a nice comfortable place on the mat. You can sit on blocks, you can sit on a towel, you can sit on the mat. Anything that helps you lift the hips, keep the spine aligned, and shoulders stacked over the hips. And this is just for the warm-up. Most of the class will be done reclining on your mat. So let's go ahead and find that yoga seat. Crown of the head reaching up toward the sky. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. Your spine is aligned. And just gently close your eyes. Breathing in and out through the nose. Gentle breaths in and gentle breaths out. Nice and slow breaths. As you're breathing in and you're filling up your lungs, think of something positive, something joyful to you, so that when you're inhaling and you're bringing all that oxygen in, you're bringing in some beautiful positive energy to fill your body. And then on the exhale, release your breath to allow the body to soften. Breathing in, positive. Exhale to release and soften. And just continue to do that for 5 breaths. In breaths and out breaths. Positive breaths in, noticing how the chest rises up, how the lungs are filling with positive energy. And on the exhale, you're releasing and letting go, allowing the body to soften, not holding on to tension. Nice breaths in, nice breaths out. Beautiful. And let's all just slowly start to bring our arms to a T. Fingertips reaching in opposite directions, turning the palms now up toward the sky. Inhaling the fingertips up and maybe gazing up too. Arms are nice and engaged. And then on the exhale, we're going to turn our palms down toward the earth, connecting to the breath, chin to chest. When the fingertips tap the earth and we inhale and bring the hands back up, gazing up toward the sky, and slowly lowering down, chin to chest. Beautiful. Now we're going to turn the palms up and bringing the hands together and lowering to heart center. And setting an intention for your yoga class is always important. Whatever that class is, if it's restorative like this, if it's vinyasa or hatha, and what the intention is the intention is something that you intend to accomplish for yourself. The intention is for you. So think of something, maybe set a goal. Maybe it's for this class, maybe it's for later in the day. Whatever that intention is, it's a goal that you intend to accomplish for you. Nice full breath in, slow exhale. And then go ahead now and dedicate your practice to someone or something. Someone or something that brings you joy, so that when you come back to your dedication throughout your practice, It's someone or something that brings you a smile to your face, no stress. So maybe it's a pet, maybe it's a friend, whatever that dedication is, it's something special again for you. Nice full breath in, exhale. Now we're going to inhale the fingertips way up toward the sky, cross our fingers on both hands, turn the palms up toward the sky, and on the exhale, pushing your palms forward, lowering down, keeping the arms nice and engaged. Inhale, bringing those arms up, shoulders getting a nice rotation. Exhale, lowering down again, and then inhaling those hands up. And we're going to separate the hands and take a twist to the right. So the right hand is coming behind the back. If you are sitting on a block or a pillow or a towel, you want that right hand on the block. You want the right hand at the same level as your seat. Now we're going to bring the left hand on the outside of that right knee. And with the hips staying forward, we take a nice full breath in. And on the exhale, when the body softens, that's when we come into our twist. A gentle twist. We're guiding the body. We're never forcing the body. So we inhale, aligning the spine. Chest is rising up. On the exhale, body softens, and we come into our twist, maybe a little deeper. Listen to your body. It's telling you exactly what it needs. Never go further than you feel comfortable. Stay in that comfortable zone. This is restorative yoga. Inhale. One more time. Exhale, allowing the body to twist. Nice. Let's come back to center. Nice and slowly, bring the arms to a T, turn the palms up and inhale the fingertips up. Let's realign that spine with a nice stretch. Turning the palms down, exhale, chin to chest, fingertips tap the earth. Then bringing those hands up again. Nice. Now with the palms facing each other, we're going to twist to the left. So now the left hand comes behind the back, right hand comes on the outside of that left knee. We inhale, aligning the spine. On the exhale, we release our breath, body softens, and we come into our twist. Again, the hips are facing forward. We're twisting with the upper body to the left. My left hand is on my block because I'm still sitting on block. So you want, again, that left hand to be level with your seat. Again, 2 more breaths in this direction. So it's inhale, rising up, chest rises up. You're bringing in all that positive energy. And then exhale, twisting to the left. My right hand's on the outside of that left knee. Nice. And slowly coming back to center, realign that spine, inhale up, and then slowly lowering the hands onto the knees. So at any point before we come down onto the mat for the rest of the class, you can, if you feel the need to, extend the legs out, stretch your legs, especially if you've been seated in a position for any period of time. You can always stretch those legs out, get the blood flowing again. And before we come down onto the mat, we're just going to warm up the cervical spine. So let's go ahead and find that yoga seat. I'm going to remove the blocks from underneath my seat now. I feel like I want to be closer to the mat, and you can do that as well, or you can stay rised up, whatever's feeling right for you. So my shoulders are stacked over my hips, my spine is aligned, my foundation, my seat is nice and balanced. We all tend to kind of favor one side or another. So it's always good to scan the body to make sure that you're finding that balance, even on your seat. So I'm going to place the hands on the front of the knees, shoulders are stacked, and I'm just going to turn my head to the right and pause for a breath, and then center, and then to the left and pause again. And just do this a few times on your own, nice and slowly, and pausing when you get to the right and to the left. You don't want to rush through a cervical spine warm-up. Nice and slow and controlled, good alignment. And one more time to the left. Beautiful. And gazing forward. So we're going to continue to warm up our cervical spine, making sure the spine's aligned, shoulders are stacked, seat is balanced, and just slowly start to lower the right ear toward the right shoulder. It's a very gentle guide. So when you're lowering the right ear toward the right shoulder, you're not bringing that right shoulder up to the ear. You're just lowering the right ear down toward the shoulder. We're gently stretching out the left side of the neck. So we're doing that. We're being mindful of the message that the body's giving us. We're not forcing the neck. We're just giving our neck a nice, gentle stretch. And one more breath here. And then on your next exhale, slowly roll the chin towards your chest. Nice and slow, being mindful of the message your body's giving you. And then slowly rise your head up, maybe just till you're gazing at the tile over your head. Don't go back further than that. Nice. So now let's stretch out the right side of the neck. Check that body. Scan. Shoulders are stacked, spine's aligned, seat is balanced. Left ear toward the left shoulder to stretch out the right side of the neck. And remember, we're bringing the left ear toward the left shoulder. Very, very gentle guide. We're not bringing that left shoulder up. We're just allowing that left shoulder to stay balanced, stretching out the right side. One more breath. Feels good. And slowly lowering the chin towards your chest and rolling the head back nice and slow. Very, very slow till you're gazing up and then gazing forward. Beautiful. So from here, we are going to start our remainder of our class, reclining on the mat using props. So making sure you have your blocks and your props, all your props nearby. I'm going to move everything behind me just so you can see exactly how I'm placing my props. So you see, I've got a lot of stuff over here. It does get a little bit messy, but I do like to grab things when I feel I need them. I really listen to my body. So we're going to take our bolster for now and just place it at your feet. Cross the foot of the mat there. And slowly start to find your way onto the mat. So extending the legs out a little bit, maybe crossing, point and flex, and finding yourself onto the center of your mat with your feet facing that bolster. We're gonna move our seat nice and close to that bolster. And we're gonna bring our feet on top of the bolster and bringing the feet together. So we're coming into a reclining butterfly pose. So the feet are together, they're gonna be touching the whole time. If your feet tend to hang over the bolster or the pillows or whatever props you have, just make sure you have a block there or books to support the feet if they come over the other side. Otherwise, with your feet together, you're going to start to roll down onto your mat very slowly, using your arms for support. So notice how I'm slowly moving my forearm to the earth on the right and then to the left. I'm engaging the core here. So you want to engage your core and slowly start to roll down. You can roll down to one side or to the other until you're fully reclined on your mat. You may notice here that your seat has moved away from your bolster when you came down onto the mat. You can, if you want, shimmy your way down a little bit so that your seat's closer to the bolster. And this makes this pose, it is a restorative pose, but can make it a little bit more intense. So listen to your body. So we're opening up the hips here. So the soles of the feet stay together the whole time, gently staying together. We're not forcing them together. They're just staying gently connected. If you want, you can also take a block and put it under the right leg, any point that you feel you need. You might have, you may want it a little bit higher up by the knee or a little bit closer toward the thigh. Maybe only one side, you're getting a message, maybe only one side needs the support. So just listen to your body. Sometimes I use blocks in this pose, sometimes I don't, but I always have them handy because during this pose, this is a type of pose that we will be staying in for 5 minutes in all. So that includes setting up, getting yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. So for the hips, it's best to kind of now focus on your lower back, the entire lower back. The lower back is really where you're going to find a lot of tightness because it's pulling in from under the lower back and above the lower back. So it's really kind of the area where you'll find all that tightness. So kind of notice how your lower back feels on the mat right now, the connection that it has. And then we're going to take a deep breath in and exhale to release the lower back. Allow the lower back to soften. So let's all take a nice full deep breath in here. And a slow exhale. I'm really focusing on that lower back and I'm letting it soften, and I can really notice the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference between when you have tension in the lower back and when you don't. So when you're in this kind of a pose, you want to focus on releasing the tension, and that will allow the hips to open. Right now, you know what? I'm feeling a little tightness in my left side, my left hip. So I'm just going to put a block there just for a moment or two to kind of, until I feel right, till I feel like it's opening. So now you want to have good placement also of the upper back. So let's start by walking our shoulder blades together, right? So underneath, just kind of pinching your shoulder blades together a little bit. We're not forcing it. We're just gently trying to open up so that the shoulders and the rest of the back are nice and balanced on your mat. And then you're turning your palms up toward the sky. So your palms are facing the sky. The back of your hands are on the earth. If you turn your hands, or rather lean your hands a little bit more toward the thumb side, you'll find that you open up the chest a little bit more too. So that gives you a little bit more of an opening. So we're in this reclining butterfly pose, and also the upper body is in a hard bench without props. So let's scan the entire body now, from the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of our toes. Okay, so go ahead, take a nice full breath in. As you take that full breath in, you're filling up like a balloon and the belly rises up. And then on the exhale, like an elevator going down to the basement floor, you're just releasing your breath and allowing the body to soften from the crown of the head to the cervical spine, shoulders, mid-back, lower back, seat, legs, feet. So scan the body again, nice full breath in, and allow the body to soften against the mat on your exhale. Releasing any tension, and just allowing the body to soften so it opens up nicely in this reclining butterfly pose. So I've done a lot of explaining in this pose. Also, you have an option if you do this pose on your own to take a little imagination journey or do a little meditation and just kind of allow yourself to go anywhere you want to go. Just kind of imagine yourself going wherever you want to go, being with anybody you want to be with, and you can be any age you want to be too. So you could be at a beach playing with friends, you could be on a trail, you could be at a family picnic. Wherever you're at, you are the producer of your imagination journey. So let's take about a minute here in this journey, wherever you want to be. If it's the beach, notice the textures, the scents, the smells, the feeling of the sand, the warm sand under your feet. And most importantly, if you feel any discomfort, listen to your body. It's telling you exactly what it needs. Nice full breath in. And slow exhale. Nice. So we're coming back from your imagination journey, knowing that you can go back there at any time. Let's now start to push the feet together gently, but with a little bit more action. And as you're doing that, bring the knees together. Maybe you'll help bring the knees together by bringing your hands on the outside and pushing them together, and slowly guiding the knees in toward the chest, very, very slowly, and moving from side to side. Don't come too tightly tucked into this roll, because you'll lift the lower back and seat off the mat, and you really want to massage that lower back and seat. You can come all the way down to the right side, and then you massage each side of the body too, and then to the other side, and then come up here for stillness. Let's move this bolster now toward our right side, and just keep it there for now. Keep the bolster right there, right at your right side. We're going to lower the feet onto the mat and heel toe your feet to the edges of the mat. We're going to windshield wiper our legs now, just to get the hips, get a little rotation in the hips, because we were on that bolster for quite a while. So slowly moving from side to side, listen to your body, going slow and controlled. Nice and slow, getting some nice rotation in the hips. And also what's happening in this windshield wiper is you're massaging the lower back again, side to side. Then the knees up toward the sky, and bring the knees in and then open, in and then open. Nice. So go ahead and heel toe your feet together. Our next sequence that we're going to be doing is called wind reliever pose. So you want to have a lot of props handy, your block, your blanket, and you're going to have your pillow here, your nice pillow. You want to have that big pillow or your bolster right next to you, right kind of centered at your hip. Okay? So let's bring those knees in. Bring your knees in toward the chest. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cross the fingers on both hands and bring both hands around that right shin. And just leave the hands on the right shin just for a moment while we set up the left leg. But very important here, you don't want to push down on that right shin. You don't want to overbend that right knee. So we're just kind of lightly leaving the hands for now. You could even pinch the shin a little bit and move it around. And we're going to send the left foot up nice and high, point, and then flex that left foot. And we're slowly going to lower the left foot onto the earth. The left foot stays grounded on the earth. The left foot is going to be flexed the whole time. And when the left foot is flexed the whole time, you're going to also be strengthening that left leg. So we will be in this sequence for a while, for several minutes. If at any point you feel any discomfort in the left knee, take a block or a book or a towel and just put it under that left knee. Again, listening to the body, making sure you listen to the body. It's telling you exactly what it needs. So I'm actually going to just leave this left block under my left knee for now. I'm flexing my left foot. Both hands are on the right shin. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pushing the left foot forward and guiding the right knee behind us. So you can do that either by kind of cupping the shin and guiding that right knee back, and I'll guide you through this. Or if you want, you can also bring your hands onto your hamstring behind you. Keep the leg up. So listen to the body and what's best for you. You're getting the same benefit. You're getting the same benefit whichever way you do this pose. So both hands, if both hands are cupping that shin, that left foot's flexed and pushing forward, and then we're going to guide that right knee behind us, and we're doing that action on the exhale. So let's take a nice full breath in, and on that exhale is when we're going to guide the right knee back. Maybe that right knee is open toward the armpit and you're trying to guide that right knee back. So it's on the exhale when you're doing that guiding, and again, it's a guide, it's not a force. So inhale and slowly exhale, right? On that exhale, the body softens and you're really getting to open the body a little bit more. My left foot still flexed. And one more breath here. And exhale. Maybe you've got your hands behind that on top of the hamstring and you're guiding that right knee back behind you that way. Great. So now we're going to take that left hand, take the left palm and place it on the left hip. Right? Just gently place that left palm on the left hip because we're going to open the right leg onto the bolster. So when we open that right leg onto the bolster, the left hip may come up and think it's going to move onto the bolster, but try to just keep that left hip guided to the earth. So we're going to open the right leg onto the bolster. You can move that bolster anywhere, just as long as it's giving that right leg support. So you want that right leg completely supported. If you want a little more intense, you can move the bolster further away from the body, or you can move it up or down, wherever it is. So once you've got that right leg nicely on your bolster, or blocks, whatever you're using for props, the right hand now can come to the inside of that right leg because you're just guiding that right leg onto the bolster and the left hip down toward the earth. The left foot's nice and flexed. And so what's happening now is your lower back is very confused. You've got the left side of the hip, you're guiding it toward the earth, you're pushing the left foot forward, the left foot's flexed, the right leg's coming on to the bolster. So the lower back is saying, hey, what's going on? I'm going to pull us all together. Let's just get back in alignment. So what you want to do is say, hey, lower back, this is good. This is great stretch. It's good for our back. It's good for our body. So take a full breath in. And on that exhale, release from the lower back. Just say, okay, just allow me to come into this pose a little deeper lower back. And again, nice full breath in. And just allow the entire body to soften. And it should feel a little better. And when you're exhaling and you're allowing the body to soften, you can gently push down a little bit onto that right leg with the right palm and onto that left hip with the left palm. And this just allows you to open up a little bit more. My left foot is still flexed. Really pushing that really helps to push that quad out and strengthen the whole left leg. Again, listen to the body. If at any point you have any discomfort, use a prop. One more breath here. Nice full breath in and slow exhale. Beautiful. So we're going to come out of this pose slowly by bringing that left foot to the earth. The knee comes up and push down the left foot into the earth, kind of almost to lift yourself up and to bring that right foot down to meet that left foot. We're going to heel toe the feet to the edges of the mat and windshield wiper the legs out again. Just getting some rotation in the hips. Very nice. Heel toe the feet together. We're going to move now the bolster to the left side of the body. So we're going to do the same thing on the left side. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move myself in the other direction. Okay. So I've got my block. I have a block over here. Got one I'm going to just, keep nice and handy. I have a blanket. Just got everything that I can grab because I never know what I'm going to use. And again, I'm going to lower myself down. Forearms move to the side till I get nice and comfortable. My core is engaged. Very nice. So right from here, we can actually start to walk the shoulder blades together just a little bit, just to get some nice balance on the mat. Go ahead and bring your knees in towards you. And cross the fingers on both hands. Now we're going to put them down around that left shin. So remember, we're not pushing down, or you could put your hands behind that left hamstring. We'll send that right foot up in the air and slowly lowering it down, okay? Now that right foot staying flexed throughout this sequence. And we're just gonna kind of take a nice deep breath in and let the body soften, let that lower back soften, and just kind of know that this sequence is so good for the lower back. It's so good for the lower back. It's great for the hips. It's a nice stretch. It's great for breathing. It's just an overall great sequence of poses, helpful for digestion too. So from here, we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side, which is guide now the left knee behind us. Again, we're not pushing down on that shin. We're cupping the shin, or you can bring your hands behind on that left hamstring to help guide that left knee. So the left knee is going to be aligned kind of with the armpit. Okay, so nice full breath in, pushing that right foot forward, that flexed right foot, and guiding that left knee back for a nice stretch here. Listening to the body the whole time. So inhales and exhales, body softens, we're stretching, paying attention to all parts of the body, continually scanning. How's that right knee? Any discomfort? You want to give it a little bit of support? Go ahead and do that. Right foot. It's so good to listen to the body, and then you automatically know what it needs, what you should do. Maybe come out of the pose a little bit, or maybe you can come in a little bit deeper. So just kind of be kind to yourself, listening to the messages your body's giving you. Again, one more nice full breath in. On that exhale, guide that left knee back. Beautiful here, right? Nice stretch. Great. So from here now, we're taking the right palm and placing it on the right hip. So we're just going to gently remind the right hip, hey, stay down there on the mat as we open up that left leg now onto the bolster. And again, move that bolster around, or maybe you have blocks or pillows, whatever is supporting that left leg. You can move it nice and close, you can move it down. You want that entire left leg to have the support of the prop. Once you've got that left leg on the prop, you're going to take your left hand and place the left hand on the inside of the left leg, and you're just guiding the left leg onto the prop and that right hip down toward the earth. Keeping that right foot flexed. It likes to get a little bit lazy, maybe forgets that it should be flexed, but keeping it flexed also strengthens the leg. Nice full breath. On the exhale, just gently guiding that right hip toward the earth with the right palm, and that left leg toward the bolster with the left hand. And just taking a few breaths doing this. Again, notice that lower back, right? Again, it's probably like, okay, we're doing this again. You're pulling me in one direction and up in the other. So just kind of allow your lower back to release the tension. Just kind of taking that gentle breath in, and on the slow exhale, soften. Just reminding the back, this is good for us. Inhale again, keeping that right foot flexed. Beautiful. Let's do one more breath here. And slow exhale. And slowly start to walk the right foot in towards you. Okay. The right knee is up toward the sky, and push down on that right foot to kind of lift your hips up a little bit here, and then bring that left leg down to the earth. And move the bolster out of the way just for a few moments, keeping it handy because we're going to be using it again here. So let's go ahead and bring the knees in, giving ourselves a hug. Again, not too tight, just enough so that the knees are in and you're moving from side to side, allowing that lower back and seat to get a nice massage. And then coming to stillness here. So we're going to come into a reclining twist. And again, we're going to need the props. This is really good for digestion. So we're going to start by lowering both legs toward the left side, the side that we were just on. So you can either move your bolster, your big pillow, or your blocks, and lower the legs onto the block and bring the arms to a T. So a couple of things can happen when you're in this reclining twist. You want to make sure that the bottom leg is on the earth. So if you're in this reclining twist and you notice that left leg is kind of up, it's not able to hit the earth today, just go ahead and take a block or a pillow and just put it up, because otherwise you don't want to hurt the lower back. You don't want to put any strain on the lower back, okay? You can also put a block between the knees or a blanket, so that upper leg is also getting the support of a prop. Bring the arms to a T. You want the shoulders nice and balanced on the earth. You want to be gazing up toward the sky or over toward the right fingertips. Taking a nice full breath in and a slow exhale. Scanning the body, listening to the body. You're going to find that there's a lot of, again, tension in that lower back, because now you've got the legs in one direction and the upper back reaching toward the other direction. So let's take a few deep breaths in here and slow exhales, releasing the tension from the lower back. And also from that left side, on the left hip side, you might find tension building there. So just allowing the body to soften. So important to have your props. You bringing the earth closer towards your body. Just using the props that are nearby. Breathing again. Taking a few breaths here. Shoulder blades are on the earth, arms are at a T. Maybe you're gazing up toward the sky or over toward the right shoulder. One more nice full breath in. Beautiful. And then we're going to slowly roll ourselves onto our back. So with that right foot, bring the right foot to the earth, push down onto that right foot to kind of help bring the knees together and the lower back on the earth. Take a nice full breath in, slow exhale, and scanning that spine, keeping it nice and balanced. Let's go ahead and bring the knees in slowly, giving ourselves this time a little bit more of a tough hug, bringing the knees in toward the shoulders. Maybe the shoulders are lifting up off the earth. Nice. And using your core, lowering your feet down toward the earth. We're going to be lowering both legs now toward the right side. So I'm going to move so that I'm on the side where the legs will be lowering down. I have all my props handy. I have a blanket here. I may want to use it for my neck or for my shoulder. I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring those knees in. We're going to lower both legs now toward the right. Again, you want that right leg either on a prop or on the earth if the right leg is on the earth. Maybe you want to bring up a prop between the knees. And remember, blocks are great. You can do the flat side, you can do this side, you can even do the long side. Bringing the arms to a T, gazing up toward the sky, gazing over toward the left. If you're finding that that right shoulder is up or the left shoulder is up off the mat, you can put a prop under the base leg, and that'll help to bring the shoulders balanced onto the mat. So we're gazing up toward the sky or over toward the left shoulder. You've got your block and place to help bring the earth closer. And again, the lower back, that's where all the tension is. That's where it's kind of pulling from the under it and above it. So take that nice full breath in, slow exhale to release and soften the lower back, and also soften that right hip. The right hip is probably causing some tension there too in the body. So let's let that soften. Full breath in, slow exhale. Nice. 2 more breaths here. Relaxing, letting go. When that body softens, when you let that lower back soften, you're going to find yourself coming into the twist with a little bit more ease. Listening to the body the whole time. And let's come out of this now. Take that, move the block away or whatever prop you're using. Take the left foot, place the left foot on the mat, push down on the left foot till that right leg meets the left leg, and finding yourself now nice and balanced on the mat. from here, we're going to move into our inversion. We're going to bring our legs up. I do recommend putting a block under the sacrum. At first it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it will help get the feet up. However, you can also just bring your feet up into your inversion right from your mat. So I'm going to take my block and place it under my sacrum. There, good placement, it feels right. And then I'm sending my feet up, flexing my feet into my inversion. My shoulders, I'm going to walk my shoulder blades together a little bit underneath just to open up the chest and to also get better placement of my shoulders on my mat. I'm going to start to point and then flex my feet, point and flex, point and flex. Inversions are really good for circulation. Your feet will make your feet happy. Feet should start to feel a little bit lighter in an inversion, and also the rest of your legs. Nice. So let's point and flex. Then let's start to rotate our ankles, maybe in one direction and then the other. Whatever feels right. Point and flex. Point and flex. And let's go ahead and open the legs and then close the legs, bringing the feet together, flexing. Again, open, feet together. Nice. And then just holding the inversion for a few breaths. Slowly starting to come out of your inversion. Moving the block away underneath you and finding your way into your happy baby pose. So happy baby pose. Grabbing the outside of both feet. Heels are aligned over the knees, and you're gently guiding the knees toward the earth. And you can move from side to side here. And know that you can do restorative yoga at any point and hold the poses for as long as you feel the body needs. I'm moving through a lot of these poses a little quicker, but I want you to know that you can do these on your own as well. And let's come to stillness here and guide the feet together and slowly lowering the feet down toward the mat, extending your feet out on the mat, finding a nice comfortable reclining pose for your Shavasana. Maybe take a bolster and put it under your knees, as long as the feet are on the earth. You could take a blanket and roll it and maybe put it under your neck. Whatever gives you comfort in this in your Shavasana. Palms are up toward the sky, shoulders are together. Take a nice full breath in. On that slow exhale, scan the body this time, allowing every part of the body to melt onto the mat. Full breaths in and out. Resting yourself in your Shavasana. Usually Shavasana, you could stay in Shavasana for 5 minutes, for 2 minutes. Whatever is feeling right for you. From here, we're just going to start to move our head from side to side. Waking the cervical spine. Moving our fingers and wrists. Feet, toes, ankles. And then bringing our hands up over our head for a nice full body stretch. You can still use that bolster, a nice stretch, and slowly finding your way onto your right side, coming into Garbasana, which is Fetal Pose. Trying to bring those knees as close into the body as possible, just to give that lower back a nice stretch. Then we bring the left palm to the earth in front of the heart, using our right arm as a pillow. Garbasana is Fetal Pose and represents a fresh start and a new beginning. Slowly starting to push yourself up, coming into a comfortable seat on your mat. guiding. I'm using my hands to support me, really giving me some kindness. And bringing your hands to heart center. I'd like to thank you all for joining me today in this restorative class. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I hope that you continue to practice. Namaste.